Mm-hmm. Hello, everyone. Happy Tuesday? No, Monday. Good grief, I don't even know what day it is. Happy Monday, yes. That's a damn fine cup of coffee. Okay, I'm Spokane Steve, and we've got 1966 Strat-O-Matic Baseball on the table. We're going to finish up the doubleheader that we started yesterday, Detroit at California. All right. Second game of a doubleheader and the final game of a 4-game series. The Angels have stunned the Tigers by winning the first 3 games. They're looking for the sweep. The Tigers, trying to avoid the sweep, will send righty Joe Sparma to the mound against righty Howie Reed, making his only start of the season for the Angels. This is his one and only start of 1966. I think he's pitched out of relief. Let's check the stats. We'll do Sparma first. Oh my God, it's been ugly for Sparma. He's 1-4, and that's not the worst of it. Earned run average at 7.36, 5 starts, 3 relief appearances. And the biggest problem for Sparma has been control. In 25 2/3 innings, he's walked 22. I guess looking at the real life numbers, you could almost expect that, huh? Reed has been in 2 games. He's worked just 2 innings, has a 4.5 ERA. And he'll get the start today. He has no endurance rating as a starter, so we're going to make him a 5. That was the minimum it could be, I think, in 1966. Nowadays, you have 4s. Where the hell is my pen? Oh, that's right. Yeah, I was using it. Using it to pay a couple bills this morning. There's my pen. Okay. Let's go ahead and get the lineups in. We'll get the Tigers lineup first. That'll be Dick McAuliffe leading off at shortstop. Pretty much the same lineup for Detroit. Jerry Lumpy at second. Norm Cash at first base. Al Kaline in center field in the cleanup spot. Jim Northrup is in right. Willie Horton in left. Bill Freehand's going to Iron Man it and catch both games of the doubleheader. That's always amazing to me. We're so used to today's game, you know, where most catchers, your frontline catcher catches 100 games, maybe 110. And they would never, they don't even catch a day game after a night game, much less a doubleheader anymore. Anyway, Don Wirt is batting 8th at third base, and Sparma hits 9th. Let's turn to the chat here. And let's see who's here today. I'm going to refresh my screen. Check the alignment there. Hello, Mike. Welcome. How are you doing? Hope your weekend was good. I had a good weekend. I actually did something on Saturday. That was fun. And of course, now I'm getting pretty excited about my vacation, which starts Saturday. Hello there, Franklin. Welcome. How are things in sunny Florida? Little different alignment for the Angels. For them, Satriano is going to catch the second game of the twin bill. Adcock gets the start at first. Canop, Fregosi, and Shaw the same around the infield. Willie Smith will get a start in left. Rick Reichart will play center. Kirkpatrick in right again. And I forgot to name a player of the game yesterday. Someone had said Kirkpatrick. Oh, let's take a look at it. I printed it out. As I sometimes do, I made a mistake on chance. Yesterday I credited him with 6 runs allowed, 4 earned. It was actually 7, of course. And it's a good example here of how the computer game will catch this when you enter each play on the manual entry. So Kirkpatrick, 2 for 4, 3 ribbies. Knopp had 3 hits and 3 RBIs as well. I guess we could split it between Knopp and Kirkpatrick. Yeah, I bolted out of here yesterday and didn't name a player of the game. Even though he's on a losing team, Orlando Pena sure stands out, doesn't he? Saved the bullpen with a 5-inning performance. That'd be a quality start today. 5 innings, 4 hits, 2 runs, 1 walk, 4 Ks. Well, happy birthday, Mike. 64 years young for Mike C. Let's all wish him a happy birthday. Bill says no splits, pick one. Well, then I'd probably go with Knopp. Knopp with a couple of X plays in the field, too. Hello, David Cadwallader. All right. Let's see what happens today. Howie Reed, his only start of 1966. He's ready. He's been waiting for this one. And here's Dick McAuliffe to start it off. McAuliffe at 221, 6 homers, 15 RBIs. And here's the windup and the pitch from Reed. And here we go on a 2-11 right-handed grounder down to first base. Adcock feeds Reed covering, and there's one down. And we are underway here on a Monday. Cinco de Mayo. Yeah, I had lunch at Chipotle. They had a deal where if you bought a entree, you get free chips and queso, a $4.65 value. So I did that. Chipotle, it's healthy for fast food. It's healthy, I think. Definitely one of the healthier fast food options. Here's Lumpy. Jerry Lumpy down to 244 now. 2 homers, 11 RBIs. Reed gets the sign. Comes in there with a 4-3 left-handed. That's going to be a fly ball to right field X. That's Kirkpatrick. Kirkpatrick, a 3-E2. Here's the play. On E12, that'll be the error range. So that'll be a 10 on an E2, and he makes the catch for the out. (9X). In fact, give me a second here. I'd better pull up Reed's card because some of these numbers on the printed out card kind of hard to read. 2 down, and here's Norm Cash. And welcome to Bill. And Ben's here. Checking in. Oh, no. Now it's the card affair. I tell you, I get the feeling that poor Ben can't buy a break lately. Wishing better times for Ben. As they say, this too shall pass. Sounds corny probably, but it's true. Okay, here's Cash. 253, 9 homers, 23 RBIs. He homered in the opener. Reed's pitch is a 6-5 left-handed, and that's a high fly ball to deep left field. Backing up is Kirkpatrick, and that ball is gone. Norm Cash is getting hot. Homered in the opener, homers in the nightcap, and that's his 10th home run of the year, and the Tigers are on the board 1-0. On a 6th, well, I think I made the dice jump, didn't I? Okay, hang on, let me check it. It shows 610, but that's not right. It was a 6-5, and I knocked the die with the 20D. So 6-5 lefty is a homer to 19. And he rolled the 5. A no doubt about it shot, in other words. And here's K-Line. K-Line, of course, with a double and a 2-base error off of the X chart in the opener. Little trouble in the field for the multiple Gold Glove winner in the opener of this doubleheader. He comes in at .314, 7 homers, 27 RBIs. Here's the pitch from Reed on a 1-9. That's a grounder to shortstop X. That's going to be Fregosi. Fregosi, a 2E36. Into the hole he goes. And here's the play on a 1, and he can't get it. That's into left field for a single. 2-out homer by Cash, 2-out single by K-Line, and the Bengal Belters strike here in the first inning. Let's check the battery now. Reed with a nice hold, -3, but Satriano with a +2 arm. So you've got a -1 battery, K-Line not a threat to steal. And that'll bring up the right fielder, Jim Northrup. Northrup hitting .255, 5 home runs, 20 runs batted in. Reed checks the runner at first. Now from the stretch comes in there with a 4-9 left hand. Another grounder to short X. Fregosi with a chance to redeem himself. 236. Ranging behind the bag on a 3. He's there. He makes a diving stop behind the bag to his feet and throws him out. Holy criminy. It's a web gem by Fregosi. Great play by Fregosi to end the inning. The Tigers settle for a run on 2 hits and leave a man. The Norm Cash home run, and after half an inning, Detroit won, California coming to bat against Joe Sparma, who certainly had his issues so far this season. No, regular maintenance. Well, that's good. That's good to hear, Ben. Lineup for California. Jim Fregosi at short is in the leadoff spot for the nightcap. Willie Smith is in left field. Rick Reichart playing center field. Always hard for me to picture Reichart as a center fielder. Joe Adcock at the first base spot, in the cleanup spot. Bobby Knopf at second. Ed Kirkpatrick in right. Tom Satriano will do the catching. Paul Shaw down at third. And Reed, the pitcher, hitting ninth. So I've got about 5 years on both of you. Yeah, I'll be 69 at the end of this month. Holy cow. Where does the time go? $50K, is that how much it cost, Ben? No, I'm kidding. Here's Fregosi. Yeah. I'm just saying shit's expensive these days. That's my point. Here's Fregosi, the leading hitter on the team at .313, 6 home runs, and the 30 RBIs ties him with Reichart for the team league. Here's Sparma ready to work. Gets the sign from Freeman, the windup and the pitch to Fregosi on a 4-3. He lifts it to right field X. Tough chance for Northrup. A 4E7 ranging towards the line now. On a 16, he makes a fine running catch for the out. Nice play, Northrup. And here's Willie Smith. Smith hasn't played much. Just 7 for 40. It's a 175 average. No homers, 1 RBI. The pitch from Sparma is a 3-4 righty. Foul ball right side. Over to get it is Cash. And 2 up, 2 down. And here's Rick Reichart. Reichart tied for the American League lead in home runs with 14. He's hitting .306 with 30 RBIs. Sparma into the windup. Pitch to Reichart is a 2-7 righty. Little comebacker. Sparma has it. Takes a couple steps towards first. Underhands it to Cash. And the side is retired. 1, 2, 3, go the Angels. 1 inning in the books. It's 1-0 Detroit. And hello to Dave Little. Good to see you, Dave. Here is the computer-only Howie Reed card. Hang on just a second. I'm going to take a better look at this card. Fairly balanced. Not really terrible either way. A little better against righties. And Willie Horton will lead off the second inning. Looking at Horton's numbers. 316, team leading 13 home runs and 33 RBIs. Reed gets the sign from Satriano. Here's the pitch. It's a 4-5 right-handed. It's a ground ball B to somebody. Does it even say? It doesn't. Can you believe that? 4-5 on a computer-only card. Ground ball B. All right, well, we're going to say it's to shortstop. Grounder to short, Horton down. That's pretty weird, I think. And the batter is Freehand. And there's room to put it there, too. It's not like they couldn't have put it in there. Oh, well, thank you, David. I appreciate that. Yeah, that's it, Franklin. It's the cat. Somebody had suggested that I'd get more subscribers if I took my picture down and put Mookie's up there, so I compromised. Freehand off to a rough start, just 204, 4 homers, 14 RBIs. The pitch from Reed is a 4-9 right-handed. That's going to be a grounder to shortstop X. So Fregosi keeping busy today, 236. Charging this one, it's the error range. It's going to be an 8 on a 36, and he muffs it. E6, Fregosi boots it, Freehand reaches. Freehand, a pretty good running catcher. Not a star stealer, but he is a 14. With the battery -1, he's a 13. They won't hold him. You'd have to roll for it. Why not? Let's roll for it. Needs a 7. Does not get the lead, not surprisingly. And here's Don Wirt. Wirt at 237, 5 homers, 15 RBIs. Runner at first, 1 out. Here's Reed's pitch from the stretch. It's a 5-8 right-handed. It's a grounder to second base, X. That is the Gold Glover Knopf. This should be 2. 1E17. Oops, I got dried out. 1E17, here's the play on a 16. That is going to be a double play. Knopf to Fregosi to Adcock, and that'll do it. 4-6-3X, side retired. No runs, no hits, nobody left. There was an error. And we go to the bottom of the second. Coming up after this game is another doubleheader, by the way. June 5th, just chock full of doubleheaders. Fourth and the 5th, actually. Saturday and Sunday of June. I'd like to think it's Strat, David. So you're saying Strat keeps you young? Well, then I say roll on. Here's Joe Adcock. Adcock, the first baseman, hitting just 205, but 5 homers and 19 RBIs and just 73 at-bats. Part-time play for the power-hitting first baseman. Sparma into the windup. Comes in with a 1-5, called strike 3. So Adcock is rung up by the home plate umpire, Cal Drummond. And with one down, here's Bobby Knopp. Player of the game in the opener, hitting .222 now. 3 homers, 18 RBIs. And a league-leading 8 triples for Knopp. He tripled in the opener. Sparma into the windup. That's going to be a 1-7 righty. Called strike 3. Back-to-back strikeouts for Sparma. Hang on, I don't like this lighting today. I'm going to play around with that. So I need something like white light today. Let's try that. 2 down, here's Kirkpatrick. Kirkpatrick at just 186. 3 homers, 8 RBIs. The pitch from Sparma on a 1-7 righty, just outside ball 4. Kirkpatrick, you might remember, homered in the opener. And now let's check the Detroit battery. We find Sparma with an absolutely terrible hold, +7. Freehand's -3 gun brings that down to a +4. So we've got Kirkpatrick at 19, an asterisk stealer. He'll be held at 17. And the batter is Tom Satriano, the catcher. Satriano hitting, where is he? Oh shoot, he's way down at the bottom. Just 5 for 32. 2 of those hits triples. Kirkpatrick held at 17 is going to roll for the lead. 2 through 6, 12. He's got the lead. 1 to 17. There goes Kirkpatrick. Freehand's throw down, and he's caught like a thief in the night. What a peg by Freehand. And that will do it for the Angels in the second. No runs, no hits, nobody left. And Satriano will lead off the bottom of the third with a fresh count. 2 innings in the books, 1-0. Detroit. And Ben's got 84. The year of the Tigers. I know I've said it before, but I was gambling that year. I should have just put all my money on the Tigers and let it ride. Instead, I lost all I had betting on the stupid Cubs against the Padres. I shouldn't call them stupid, I'm sorry. But stupid me, actually, for making the wager, right? And I had them for the series, and then when they got up 2-0, I got greedy. Started doubling up on the last 3 games. That's what killed me. I had nothing left to bet on the series. Which I knew Detroit was going to win. I don't know why I didn't just sit back and wait and put it all on Detroit in the series, regardless of which of the National League teams they faced. Oh, hindsight, right? Okay, you've heard that story before. Too many times, probably. And the Cubs killed me in '89, too, and I quit betting on them. Okay, Sparma. A 3 righty, he'll lead it off. Here's the pitch from Reed. It's going to be a 3-8 right-handed. He struck him out, not surprisingly. First strikeout for Howie Reed. Here's Dick McAuliffe. McAuliffe 0 for 1, standing in from the left side. Reed comes in with a 4-3 left-handed. That's a fly ball to right field X. Tough chance for Kirkpatrick, who will be tested again with a 3-2. Ranging towards the gap. 17, he makes the catch for the out. Second X play converted by Kirkpatrick, and with 2 down, the batter, Jerry Lumpy. That's right, David. All ones up the middle. Great article in the Bill James Abstract the following year, too, about how you could have seen that team's ability through the first 50 games. And also mentioning This is the first time I actually thought about this, and I've never stopped thinking about it. When you have a Whitaker and a Trammell up the middle, all you have to do is be average offensively at all of the other positions combined, and you're going to have a good offense. The value of having a middle infield that can hit and field cannot be overstated. And who has that in today's game? Well, let's look no further than the Cubs, shall we? Jiminy Christmas, what an up-the-middle defense they have, huh? Reed's pitch to Lumpy. It's a 4-6 left-handed. That's going to be a grounder to first. Adcock will take it himself. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for Howie Reed. Beautiful day in Spokane. I've got the slider open. 67 and sunny. And here's Satriano. He was left standing at the plate in the second as Kirkpatrick was gunned down attempting to steal. He'll start with a fresh count. Sparma into the windup. That's a 5-5 left-handed, and that is a single to 9. Fly ball to right field. Will it drop in? It will not. Northrup comes on and makes the catch for the out. That'll bring up Shaw. Paul Shaw at 252. 3 homers, 11 RBIs. Another guy who loves to walk. 36 hits, 33 walks for Shaw. Sparma's pitch on a 6-5, swung on and missed, strike 3. Third K for Sparma. And here's the pitcher, Howie Reed. He's a 1R. The pitch is a 1-4. Struck him out. 4 Ks for Sparma in 3 innings of work. 1-2-3 go the Angels. And Sparma, who came into the game with a 7.36 ERA, looking very sharp today. Yeah, they were pegged to repeat. And Bill put his money on a repeat. My guess would be it was the pitching. I would guess that the pitching fell off. The core of the everyday players was awesome. One to nothing Detroit as we go to the 4th. Norm Cash, who homered his first time up, will start it off. Howie Reed gets the sign from Satriano, and here's the pitch on a 5-4 left-handed. It's going to be catcher's card. That's Satriano. He's a 4E3. Here's the play on a 17. That will be a foul out to the catcher. One down, and the batter, Al Kaline. Kaline singled in the first. Reed set now. Here's the pitch on a 1-3 righty. It's a grounder into the hole at short for Gossi again. He has it. Throws to Adcock in time. Fergosi has been busy today. 2 down, nobody on, and here's Jim Northrup. Reed gets the sign. Here's the windup on the pitch. It's a 111 righty. It's a high fly ball to deep right field. Backing up is Kirkpatrick at the wall. Gone. Jim Northrup goes yard, and it's 2-0 Tigers. 111 to 18, he threw the 6, and for Northrup, that's his 6th home run of the season. Doyle had to be getting old by then. I remember him as a youngster with the Dodgers. What, 14, 15 years prior to that? 2 down, here's Horton, the team's home run leader with 13. The pitch is a 6'8" righty, and he walks him. Horton, no threat to run, and here's Bill Freehan. That was a stunner, David. I'm glad I wasn't betting that year. I'm sure I would have lost again. Here's the pitch to Freehan. 4-7 righty. Grounder to short. It's Fregosi once again. Charges it, fires on the run, and that'll retire the side. 1 run, 1 hit, 1 left. Jim Northrup home run makes it 2-0 Tigers as we go to the bottom of the 4th. I'll tell you though, I made it up in 86 and 88. I made a killing. I don't remember betting in 87. Must have not had any money. '86, I made money on the Red Sox and the Mets. I like to remember the years I actually won, and they're easier to remember because they're in the vast minority. Okay, top of the order for the Angels. Let's get Sparma up there. I'm not fond of these paper-thin, computer-only cards, but anyway, whatever. Fregosi 0 for 1 as Sparma gets ready to work. Here's the sign from Freehan, and here's the pitch. It's a 2-6 righty, and he walks him. First base runner for the... No, that's not true. Second base runner for the Angels. I was looking at Sparma facing the minimum, but there was a caught stealing. +4, Fregosi held at 18. He's going to try for that lead. 2 through 5 or 12. He's got a 9. He does not get it. What would he be on the back? He would be a 12. So that'll bring up Willie Smith, who's 0 for 1. Sparma now out of the stretch. Delivers to Smith on a 6-8, and Smith bangs it into right field for a base hit. They're waving Fregosi to third. He will be in there. And the Angels have runners at the corners and nobody out in a 2-0 game. Angels threatening in the bottom of the 4th. Angels have just been a gigantic thorn in the Tigers' side. They knocked them under 500. Detroit on a 5-game losing streak. After being in contention most of the early part of the year, here's Rick Reichart. Reichart 0 for 1. The Tigers will remain at double play depth. Sparma's pitch to Reichart. It's a 2-5 righty. Called strike 3. Home plate umpire Drummond rings him up. That's strikeout number 5 for Sparma. And that'll bring up Adcock. They'll definitely stay back for Adcock. He's slower than molasses. And here's Sparma's pitch on a 5-8 righty. Grounder to second X. That could be 2. Lumpy, a 4-E8. And here's the play. On a 4, he's not going to get it. That's a 2-star single, and a run will score. It's a 2-1 ball game. RBI single for Adcock. Fregosi scores. Smith to third. And it's 2-1. Adcock, 13 plus 4, 17. They'll have to hold him. He's not even a star stealer. Held at 15. Knopf at the plate. Knopf's going to swing away. I'm pausing because Adcock has that 10 automatic caught. Knopf does not hit into many double plays, so here it goes. 1-9 righty. It's a high fly ball to deep left field. Backing up is Horton at the track, at the wall. It's off the wall. Smith can walk home. They're waving Adcock in, and Knopf's digging for third, and he's in there with a triple. Knopf, who tripled in the opener, triples again in the nightcap. Adcock crosses the plate. And that's triple number 9 for Bobby Knopf. And the Angels take the lead 3-2. The Tigers will be happy to leave town, that's all I can say. They'll bring the infield in for Kirkpatrick. Sparma, a 5 endurance starter. And we've got action already in the Detroit pen. It's the lefty, Hank Aguirre. Oh, Steve, I think, was one of the best pitchers in the league in his time. Infield in for Kirkpatrick. Sparma checks the runner. The pitch is a 3-2 righty. Liner to second, throws down to third, double play. It's a Lomax from Kirkpatrick, 3-2, and that ends the inning. How about that? That was exciting. The Angels 3 runs, however, on 3 hits. Take the lead 3-2 after 4 complete. Endurance inning for both starting pitchers as we go to the 5th. It'll be Wirt, Sparma, and McAuliffe. Howie Reed gets the side. Here's the windup and the pitch on a 3-8. Wirt hits a hard grounder up the middle and into center field for a leadoff single. He's the tying run. Sparma, a C bunter. He squares to bunt. 7C, that's good enough to advance the runner. So Sparma gets the job done. Tying run in scoring position, 1 away, and here's Dick McAuliffe. Reed's pitch to McAuliffe now is a 6'9" lefty, and that's just outside ball 4. He walks McAuliffe. McAuliffe, of course, excels at it. That's his 32nd walk of the season. And that'll bring up Jerry Lumpy. Lumpy 0 for 2 today. First and second, 1 away. One more hit or walk will fatigue Reed, so they're going to get somebody up in the Angels' pen. And that is going to be hard to pick one because the Tigers lineup is well constructed. After Lumpy, it's left, right, left, right. Minnie Rojas warming. He's a right-hander. Reed's pitch to Lumpy. That's going to be a 6'8" lefty. It's a single to 2. Let me double check that on my computer. Hard to read it here. Single to 2 line out, and he lines out to second. The Lumpy lines out to his opposite number, and it'll be up to Cash. First and second, 2 down. Cash homered in the first, fouled out in the fourth. Reed staring in to get the sign. The pitch to Cash is a 4-9. It's a grounder to shortstop X. Another chance for Fregosi, 236. And here's the play on a 20. He's got it and throws him out to retire the side. Another nice play by Fregosi, who's been very busy in the field today. And the Tigers leave a pair. We're halfway through. It's 3-2 Angels. Speaking of Morris, who could ever forget the 91 series? First endurance inning for Sparma. Bottom third of the Angel batting order, Tom Satriano to start things off. The pitch from Sparma is going to be a 2-8 righty. Right in the heart of his good column, he rolls over one and hits it to short. McAuliffe has it and throws him out. Here's Shaw now, 0 for 1, struck out in the third. Sparma into his windup, 3-9 right-handed, struck him out. Shaw fans for the second time today. And the batter will be Howie Reed. The pitch is a 111, struck him out. I got to add these up now. 1, 2, 3 go the Angels. That is now 2, 4, 5, 7 strikeouts for Sparma in 5 innings. And in spite of that, his team trails 3-2. K-Line, Northrup, and Horton. And this Tiger lineup just doesn't quit. Horton in the 6th spot. You got Don Wirt batting 8th. And yet, they're in danger of being swept before a game series by the Angels here. Here's K-Line. Reed into the windup. Comes in there with a 1-8 righty. That's going to be a liner towards second. Single to 12. Liner towards third, excuse me. It's into left field for a base hit. Any which way you slice it. And K-Line aboard with his second hit of the afternoon. That'll bring up Northrup. One more hitter walk again will fatigue Reed. Rojas is ready. From the stretch, the pitch to Northrup is a 5-7. That's banged into right field for a base hit. Double on a 1, and it just misses the double. All the way to third goes K-Line, and that's going to do it for Reed. Here comes Rigney. Reed hands him the ball. And the crowd gives him a modest hand there. His only start of 1966. He goes 5+, 6 hits, 2 runs so far, both on solo homers, one by Cash, one by Northrup. Walked a pair. Struck out. Looks like he only struck out 1. Minnie Rojas coming in to face Willie Horton. Here's Rojas. his numbers on the year. He's been in 16 games, 1 start. He pitched a shutout at his only start. He's 2-1 with a save and a 1.93 ERA in 33 innings of work. Just 20 hits allowed. Runners at the corners, nobody out. Willie Horton with Bill Freehand to follow. Let's see how the Angels are going to play it. They're going to play it double play depth. Bases loaded and nobody out. They would gladly trade a run for 2 outs here. And here's the pitch to Horton. On a 5-10 right-handed, it's a hard smash to third base X. That Shaw, a 325 to his left, error range. An 8 on a 25. I don't think he's going to make it. And he does! Oh my goodness, it's a double play. Run scores, however, to tie the game. What a play by Shaw. K-Line scores on the play to tie it. But, man, talk about getting what you need. That's pretty much been the story for the Angels in this whole series. And here's Freehand, 2 out, nobody on. Rojas comes in with a 4-2, grounder to shortstop. Fregosi again, to Adcock, and that'll do it. 1 run, 2 hits, nobody left. We're all knotted up at 3. Second endurance inning for Sparma, who's due to bat second in the top of the 7th. Top of the order for the Angels. And before we go to the bottom of the 6th, short break. And you know why. That's right, I need more coffee. Mookie in his customary spot in the windowsill, as usual of late. And, talking about going down to Morro Bay for a minute, now that I have the new phone with a much nicer camera, I'm going to try to present some live video of some of the sights down there. We'll see how it goes. I thought about filming it, but I don't know how to edit, so it's going to have to be live, so it'll be probably kind of rough, but it might be fun. I'll have fun doing it, let me put it that way. I don't know whether or not you'll have fun watching it. That remains to be seen. Anyway, back to the game, and it's a good one. 3-3 to the bottom of the 6th. Top of the order, Fregosi to lead it off. Sparma gets the sign from Freehand. That's going to be a 2-9 righty, and that's banged into left center. Triple to 7, over to cut it off, Horton. And he holds with the long single. Fregosi at first. +4 battery. 20s, held at 18. He's rolling for the lead. 2-5 and 12. 10, he doesn't get it. Here's the next pitch to Smith. On a 2-4 righty, he lifts one to Leatherway to left field. Horton is there and makes the grab. Good stuff going on in the chat, too. Even though I haven't followed basketball in a long time, I'm enjoying it. Here's Reichart, 0 for 2 on the day. Sparma from the stretch. 3-5 righty, gets a base hit into left field. Fregosi rounding. 15, 13, 12. They're going to hold him up. Adcock, Knopp, Kirkpatrick. Satriano. Here comes Swift, and that's going to do it for Sparma. We're going to look for a double switch, which isn't going to be easy. Because who do you take out? I can't take any of those guys out. So we basically got to get 2 righties and they're having pinch hit for. Well, that's going to be Gladding. That makes it a no-brainer. Sparma, 5 1/3. He did better today. 5 hits, 3 runs so far. Walked only 1 and struck out 7. So an effective outing from Sparma. And Gladding getting warmed up with Adcock due, Knopp to follow. Let's take a look at Gladding's numbers. Gladding's been in 20 games. He's 3-3 with a save. ERA high at 5.11 and 25 innings at work. Just 19 hits, but he's walked 15. All right, Gladding ready to go. First and second, 1 away. The pitch to Joe Adcock. 1-5. Called strike 3. Second strikeout of the day for Adcock. And it's up to Knopp. Knopp, of course, tripled his last time up. A 2 triple day for Knopp, if you count the opener or the doubleheader, of course. Here's the pitch on a 6-3 righty. It's a grounder to the pitcher X. Gladding a 339. Hold your breath on this one. Here's the play. 339 on a 16 error range. It's a 9 on a 39, and that's going to be an error on Gladding, and the bases are loaded. Holy smoke. Reichart to second, Fregosi to third. And here's Kirkpatrick with the bases loaded. Oh for 1 with a walk today. He was a hero in the opener. Gladding the full windup now on a 5-6 lefty. Swung on and missed, strike 3. And Gladding comes in, fans 2, and leaves the bases loaded. No runs, 2 hits, 3 left on. After 6 innings, 3 all. So Gladding did his job. We can total both of those guys out. Aguirre will most likely be the next man in. And it's going to be Wirt, a pinch hitter, and McAuliffe. Wirt 1 for 2. Rojas comes set. Here's the pitch. It's a 2-2 righty. Foul ball left side. Over by the railing is Shaw. He'll take it. And let's see who's going to bat now. Against the righty Rojas. Let's see, I'm going to save Brown, and we're going to bring up Don Demeter. We'll save Gates Brown for the drama moment. Oh yeah, I do orchestrate things like that sometimes. Although, to be honest, I wasn't thinking about that at the time. It was just a matter of two good choices. Most likely he'll come up one more time. But we need a pinch hitter in the ninth, then we've got Brown. So Don Demeter, the right-handed hitter, pinch hitting for Gladding. Rojas gets the sign. 5'8" righty. It's a grounder to second base X. That's Knopf, 1E17. The play on a 16. He's got it and throws him out. 4-3X, 2 down. And that'll bring up Dick McAuliffe. I don't know if it's obvious or not, maybe not, but yeah, I'm definitely, I find myself definitely pulling for the Tigers to not get swept here. I know we got a few Tiger fans in the crowd too. In the chat, I should say. I don't know who the hell is in the crowd. What was the crowd? Let's take a look. Just over 26,000 on a Sunday doubleheader. Rojas pitching to McAuliffe. Here's the pitch on a 2-10. Fly to left field playable. Smith is there, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Rojas. As we stretch for the seventh, it's 3-all. And with a lot of lefties coming up, it will be Hank Aguirre coming out of the pen. Records, pitching records, home runs allowed. Okay, there it is. Damn fine cup of coffee, but what we really want to see, yep, there he is again, tangled in the blinds. It's Mookie. Hey, Mookie. What's happening there? He says, I thought I was hiding. I was under the impression that I was completely hidden behind these blinds. Hank Aguirre comes on, bottom of the seventh. Let's check the records on Aguirre. Aguirre, 6 starts, 5 relief appearances, 2 and 3 with a 5.59. Overall, Detroit has not pitched well. They can definitely hit. Sherry has pitched well. Padres in limited action has pitched well. And McLean has pitched well. Lolich has been okay, and after that it drops way off. They got 4 good appearances out of Terry Fox and then sold him to another team. Where did he go? Jiminy Christmas, I can't even think of it now. He went to the Phillies, didn't he? I want to say. Well, there goes the sun. It must be dipped behind a cloud there for a minute. Bottom third of the order for the Angels. Here's Satriano. Left on left as Aguirre comes in with a 3-7 and he walks him. And that was the guy he was supposed to get out. Here's Shaw. Shaw struck out both times. That was against Sparma. Aguirre from the stretch on a 2-11 lefty, grounder down to first base, Cash to his right. His only play is to Aguirre covering, and on the play, Satriano takes second. Satriano 1 through 10. He's slow, but he's a catcher. Let's see what the Angels are going to do now. They really got a hit here, don't they? Bottom of the 7th, they will send up a pinch hitter for Rojas. Lumpy Cash, K-Line, Northrop due. They used Wright in the opener. He could probably go an inning. They're going to get Jim McLaughlin up. Pinch hitter, it could be Malzone. He's not that good, is he? Heck, if you're going to go all or nothing, you might as well go with Warner. That's who it'll be. Jackie Warner coming off the bench. Warner, of course, an interesting season. He was among the home run leaders. He still is, actually, with 12. But he hasn't played much since injuring that shoulder. A 300 average, 22 RBIs. Runner in scoring position, 1 down. Here is the pitch from Aguirre. It's going to be a 6-5 righty, and that ball is driven to left field. Oh my goodness, going back is Horton at the track, at the wall. It's gone. Pinch hit home run, Jackie Warner, his 13th of the season. And that pretty much sums up how this whole series has gone for Detroit. That, of course, is Warner's 13th homer of the league, of the season, which puts him in a tie for second in the league. That's what I was trying to say. We'll spit it out eventually. And Aguirre is ambushed in the 7th. Here's Fregosi. They got Padres and Sherry. They might as well get Larry Sherry out. Normally the closer, just a moment, let me check the usage display here. I really feel like, oh no, he's actually a little bit over. In that case, there's no point in wasting Sherry in this game. Or is there? They don't have a lot of options, that's the problem. You're going to bring in Johnny Padres, another lefty, or you could bring in Wickersham again. You've got right, left, then the righties coming up. Yeah, it's going to be Sherry. Aguirre to Fregosi. The windup and the pitch on a 6-8, and he walks him. Aguirre will face the left-handed Smith. But the Angels are going to counter, and they're going to bring in Jose Cardinal to pinch hit for Smith. And as soon as Cardinal is announced, that's going to bring Swift out to the mound. Reichart should have been a 4 in center, but he's a 3 in left. No X-play to right. No X-play to Reichart. Hopefully I would have caught that had that been the case. Cardinal on the season, 245, 6 homers, 21 RBIs. Aguirre will hit the showers and Larry Sherry will come on. Heck, it's almost a closer situation. They're trying to not get swept here. Aguirre was ineffective, just a third of an inning. A hit and 2 walks. So here's the situation. 5-3 Angels, bottom of the 7th, runner at first, 1 out, and Jose Cardinal facing Larry Sherry. Sherry on the season, 1-0 with 11 saves and a 1.33 ERA, just 13 hits allowed in 27 innings of work. And hello to Dan Douglas. Sherry gets his sign and hits the Cardinal on a 6-2. That's a high fly ball to deep left field, backing up his Horton. At the track, at the wall, he makes the catch at the wall. Holy cow, how's that for excitement? It's a loud out to left for Cardinal. He'll stay in the game and play center. And here's Reichart. Reichart 1 for 3 on the day. Sherry studying the signs. Here's the pitch to Reichart on a 110 righty. That ball is driven to left field and deep. Horton going back. That ball is gone. Rick Reichart with his league-leading 15th home run of the season. And the Angels have blown it open in the 7th. Holy tamales. Seven to 3 the score now, and here's Adcock. Sherry with the windup and the pitch on a 5-7, liner towards third, single to 10. That is into left field for a base hit. Sherry can't slow them down either. And the Angels, one more hitter and they'll bat around. 2 away. And the hitter Bobby Knopp, Ed Kirkpatrick to follow. Knopp 1 for 3 with a triple today. Sherry out of the stretch now on a 1-6 righty. It's a grounder to short. McAuliffe has it, throws him out, and that'll do it. But the Angels strike for 4 on 2 hits and a pair of walks. 2-run shots by Warner and Reichart. After 7 complete, they lead at 7-3. Cardinal to center, Reichart to left, and Jim McLaughlin coming in to pitch. I put that in the wrong place. Yeah, that's not going to confuse me or anything, is it? Let's get that out of there. So Rojas went 2 innings. We can close the book on Reed. Two flawless innings out of Rojas. No walks, no strikeouts. McLaughlin, 7 starts, 4 relief appearances, 1 and 2 with a 4.43. And we go to the 8th. Jerry Lumpy will start it off 0 for 3 today. McLaughlin comes in with a 6'9" lefty, pops him up right side. Adcock will take it. Here's the heart of the order. Norm Cash, Kaline and Northrup to follow. Cash 1 for 3 with a home run today. McLaughlin gets his sign. The pitch to Cash on a 5-8 lefty. Base hit the other way into left field. Cash with his second hit of the day. Here comes K-Line. K-Line 2 for 3. McLaughlin working out of the stretch on a 2-6 righty. That ball is drilled to left field and deep. Backing up is Reichard. Gone. Al K-Line with a 2-run shot. And it's a ball game once again. 7-5 the score now on K-Line's 8th home run of the season. 2-6 righty to 18. He threw the 8. And Bob Lee starts to toss in the Angel pin. Here's Northrup. He's homered today, 2 for 3. McLaughlin gets the sign from Satriano. Here's the windup on the pitch on a 2-6. He lifts one to right field. Backing up is Kirkpatrick. He'll take it. 2 down, and it's up to Horton. Willie Horton with 13 home runs on the season. 0 for 2 today. He walked in the 4th. McLaughlin's pitch is a 2-10 right-handed, and that ball is drilled to left field. 1-19. That ball is long gone, halfway up the seats. And Willie Horton with his 14th home run of the season, and suddenly it's a 1-run game again. What a ball game. Holy crap. Lee's just about ready now. McLaughlin will face Freehand, who's 0 for 3 today. Here's the pitch on a 4-10 righty. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. 3 runs, 3 hits, nobody left. After 7.5, Angels 7, Tigers 6. 6 homers in the game. Yeah, make it 6. 4 for the Tigers. And now from the defensive standpoint, looking at it as a Tigers manager, he's glad he brought Larry Sherry in at this point. Padres and Wickersham, all that's left in the Detroit pen. Pena, of course, unavailable after working 5 innings in the opener. And here we go to the bottom of the 8th. Kirkpatrick, Satriano, and Shaw. And hello, Connor. How you doing? Boy, you sure have. It's not over yet. Ed Kirkpatrick 0 for 2 with a walk. He walked and was caught stealing in the 2nd. Sherry into the windup. 3-9 right-handed, and that ball is driven to right field and deep. Backing up is Northrup at the track, at the wall. That ball is gone. Ed Kirkpatrick. And it's 8-6. Kirkpatrick, remember, homered in the opener. That's homer number 4 for Ed. And the 7th home run of this ball game. The ball is carrying at the Big A today. Here's Satriano 0 for 2 with a walk. So Sherry, their best reliever, has surrendered 2 home runs. The pitch to Satriano on a 1-2. Liner right into the glove of Cash. It's a Lomax. He drilled it, but right at Cash. And the batter will be Paul Shaw. Shaw 0 for 3. Sherry gets the sign from Freehand now. He comes in with a 4-12 righty. 2 hopper to short. Backhanded by McAuliffe. Fires to Cash. 2 down. Do they want to stick? They don't really want to stick with McLaughlin, do they? Now they're going to hit for him. He most likely would be coming out anyway after his stellar one-inning performance where he gave up 3 hits and 3 runs. They'll go to the closer, Bob Lee. And Frank Malzone will be the batter. Sherry pitching to Malzone with 2 down. On a 3-8, he hits a hard smash to third. Wirt has it, fires across, and the side is retired. But the Angels tack on a run on the Kirkpatrick homer, and they take an 8-6 lead into the 9th. Now let's check the Angels' defense. It's probably pretty good because I already put Cardinal in center, Reichart to left. Adcock's actually better than Seaburn at first, believe it or not. So they're set. And on comes Bob Lee to try to get the save. Lee has 7 of the team's 10 saves. 1.30 in 27 2/3 innings. And hello, Al. There's Spanky and the gang. So we've got Wirt, a pinch hitter, and McAuliffe standing in Lee's way. Wirt 1 for 3 today. Lee gets the sign from Satriano. The pitch to Wirt is a 5'9" righty. He lifts it the other way into right field. That's playable for Kirkpatrick. And there's 1 down. Now we'll have a pinch hitter for Sherry. And you already know who that's going to be, don't you? That's right. Gates Brown grabs the bat. Brown didn't he have a pinch hit in the opener? I think he did. He did. He had a pinch hit 2-run homer in the opener in the 9th. So Brown with 4 homers hitting .327 now. Lee into the windup on a 1-7 righty, grounder to second, playable for Knopp, flips to Adcock, and the Tigers, I can't believe I'm saying this, are 1 out from being swept in a 4-game series. Dick McAuliffe will be the hitter. Lee, a deep breath now, the windup, the pitch to McAuliffe is a 4-9 lefty, swung on and missed, strike 3. I don't know about you guys, but I wouldn't have believed it if I hadn't seen it. The Angels sweep the series. Lee picks up his 8th save. So it was 3-3, so Reed cannot win. Set Rojas gets the win. He is 3-1 now. Bottom of the 7th. Aguirre takes the loss. Aguirre drops to 2-4 in his 3rd of an inning. One hit, 2 walk. He gave up. I already wrote that. 3 runs charged to Aguirre. Sherry, 3 hits, 2 runs. No walks, no strikeouts. Was it the first season, Carl? How about that? So 8-6 the final. We're getting the totals here. Player of the game, pick one. 7 home runs in this one. Angels 8 runs, 9 hits and an error. Tigers 6 runs, 9 hits and an error. I'm thinking about player of the game here. Or I could just dodge out like yesterday and forget to name one. I don't know. Reichart? Warner? Maybe even Rojas in a game like this. Franklin likes Warner with the game winner. Yeah, I think that's probably true. They were back in the game and boom, Warner came off the bench with a 2-run shot. Bill likes Reichart. He had 2 hits. They both had homers. They both had 2 RBIs. It was Reichardt's blow that put it out of reach. You could take either one of them. So you know what? We're going to give it to both of them. Reichart and Jackie Warner will split the player of the game honors today. A wild game in Anaheim. And the Tigers are in a free fall now, having lost 6 in a row, swept 4 games by the Angels, who've now won 4 straight. Al's going with Mookie, always a good choice. So we got another doubleheader coming up. Washington at Chicago. Tomorrow it's Diego Segui and Joe Horlin in the opener. Let's look ahead at the rest of the week while I'm thinking about it, because I will be flying out on vacation Saturday morning. So Tuesday and Wednesday will be Washington at Chicago, and then another doubleheader. We'll finish out the week with the Cubs at the Reds doubleheader Thursday and Friday. Any more doubleheaders? Yes, there is another one. Dodgers at Mets. 4 doubleheaders on this date. Yeah, and on Saturday there were 2. It's a 6 doubleheader weekend in June. Boy, you sure as hell don't see that anymore. Interesting, Carl. Tigers and Angels would end up playing back-to-back doubleheaders on the final Sunday of the 1967 season. That was that great 67 pennant race. Under normal circumstances, a couple of those games probably wouldn't have been played. But hell, half the league was still in the race. Yeah. Oh, that's right, Bill. Thank you for jogging my memory. I always love having my memory jog. These little things that I think I'd forgotten all about. And it pops right back in there. Isn't that great? I just love that. Well, I'm going to get out of here. Join me tomorrow, 1:30 Pacific, 4:30 Eastern. Once again, that will be Washington at Chicago. And Carl's just started the 67 season. That's a good one, Carl. You'll have to keep us posted as it goes along here. Anyway, thanks again to all you guys, and thanks for the incredible chat today. Thank you, Bill. Appreciate it. Everybody, thank you. Connor, everyone. It's a lot of fun, especially with games like this. Even though I was pulling for Detroit, it was still a great game. Anyhow, I'm going to split, so please join me tomorrow. Until then, everybody, have a great evening. Bye for now.